Watch LoveLine tonight on MTV. I'm on it.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content.
LoveLine. Viewer discretion advised.
To LoveLine. I am Adam Carolla. This is my partner, Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. And when he's not putting his fingers up old people's butts, you can find him on the golf course.
Yeah, and?
Yes, and that's
Thanks,
it,
Adam.
Drew. There's
Appreciate
all
that.
the setup you need.
Thanks, thanks for that intro. Now, this is a place that hopefully I can help out by educating people. Hopefully our callers can have a chance to sort of ventilate some of these issues, and hopefully some of the viewers will cultivate some wisdom out of the little cases we study. So that is
Let's
LoveLine.
not get too scientific because we are here to have a good time, Drew.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Well.
one of the people that's going to help us have a good time from Mad TV, our guest is Nicole Sullivan. Also, from time to time, we'll be checking in with the lovely Chris McGaha.
Hey guys, out here the LoveLine audience.
And speaking of checking in, we're going to use this Pictel system, the camera and the phone combined, and that is down at Live Bait in Long Beach, and we'll be taking impromptu questions live from Live Bait in Long Beach from time to time during the evening. So you ready to get started, Drew?
Yes, sir.
Jeanette, you're on the LoveLine phone. What is your question for us?
Okay, I am in college. I'm a freshman in college, and my roommate at night, when she thinks I'm sleeping, she masturbates. So my question is should I confront her about it, or should I keep it to myself and not say anything because it's just an uncomfortable situation?
You should tape it and send it to me.
What's your address?
We'll put you on hold. I'll get you during the commercial.
Okay.
Slumber party at Jeanette's house.
What are you going to do?
You guys sharing the same room?
Yep.
All right, see? These are some of the things you have to put up with when you're poor, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they're in college. They're in college.
I'm in college,
listen,
man.
but
I can't help it.
the irony is I have my own room and I would pay someone to masturbate in the
right.
next bed.
Jeanette, I think what you ought to do is just, without having to confront her, hopefully you can just sort of let her know that you're awake when she thinks that she's sort of getting by with this behavior. Like, get up and get a glass of water or something.
Breaking wind is always a nice icebreaker.
Let her know. Well, I don't think you have to confront her because it's terribly embarrassing for her, but I think you need to let her know that she wakes you up and you are awake and get up and she needs to be more considerate.
I want to know what kind of sounds she makes, Jeanette.
Do you really?
I mean, does she shout out anyone's name or does she...
Actually, no. She's very, she doesn't shout out anyone's name. She's a very conservative, you know, a very conservative girl who masturbates at night.
She talks about Republicans and God and stuff like that?
No. She just makes a little bit of noise, and the really thing that bothers me is that the bed shakes really a lot. So, no, seriously, like, that's why it's a problem, because it like, wakes me up sometimes and stuff.
Right, but is she on the upper bunk or the lower bunk?
We don't have bunk beds.
All right, well, how's her bed? Is the bed creaking?
Yes, the bed is placed on cinder blocks, so it's, like, elevated, and when she does it, the bed, like, moves a lot, and it makes a lot of noise.
You guys are the whitest of all trash. She has beds up on cinder blocks.
Hey, my bed isn't on cinder blocks.
Okay.
Her bed
All
is
right.
on
Well,
cinder blocks.
her masturbating loudly is the least of her problems. Her bed is up on blocks.
Hey,
Like
man.
she's changing the transmission on her bed or something.
Adam, I know you never went to college, but you got to make do when you're in college, particularly the first couple of
All
years.
right. I agree with Drew. Little subtle things, clear your throat, get up and, get a drink of water, do things that kind of throw off her time.
Behave your mind. Let her know that without having to... Ultimately, it may come to confrontation, but I think to begin with, you just got to let her know you're there, okay?
All right.
Hit her with a squirt gun like you train a cat to get off the sofa. Well, our guest is someone who's just cute as a bug's hiney. She's
A what?
That's a good thing. She's a delight. We've had her on the radio show a couple of times. I
always
love
thought
this woman.
the phrase was cute as a bug.
Oh, okay. Well,
bug's hiney.
that's like if people picture a roach or something.
Nicole?
Now they're picturing a roach as hiney. Sorry, Drew. Leave me alone. You're breaking my rhythm. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mad TV, Nicole Sullivan.
Get him for that.
Hello.
Hello.
Look at this nice room.
Oh, this is the big time,
This is,
baby.
I want to live here. I'll live right here. This is nicer than my apartment.
So, Mad TV treating you well?
Sure. Yeah, it's always funny 24 hours a day over there. Just pounding out the sketches. It's going really well, actually.
And
Doing well.
it should, because you guys, I mean, like the producers and the directors are all from like the Ben Stiller show and Kids in the Hall and SCTV.
Yeah. Which I'd never seen. SCTV, I missed that
Where
entire.
you been, girl?
I know, I was sleeping on Friday nights. But yeah, our director did Kids in the Hall and SCTV, and the producers are from In Living Color and Ben Stiller show, so it's a nice group of people.
And we know the rest of the cast. They're hilarious and
I'm
nice.
from Damiano's Pizza and from Audience Temp Agency, so you know we're all qualified to be there.
And you guys do a lot of sketches. They're a little bit closer to the edge than a lot of
Yeah.
TV shows.
We
You cross the line.
We cross
once
the
in a
line
while.
a lot.
Do you
yeah.
get a lot of letters and a lot of crap and flack?
Yeah, we sure do. We get a lot. You know, the Christian right groups sort of come down on us a lot. You know, like how could you kill Santa? Well,
All right.
We
That's
did.
all right. We'll all have a good laugh in
Yeah.
hell. Chris, you have someone out there for us?
Why, yes, I do, guys. I have this lovely lady, Lakeisha, and she's got a question for you. Isn't she pretty?
Okay, my question is, I've been knowing this girl for 10 years, and we're like really friends and everything, but recently she told me that she's a lesbian. So when she told me that, I told her that I'm strictly So, well, after a while, you know, she's been buying me gifts and everything, and knowing that I'm a shopaholic, I'm accepting these gifts, not thinking anything about it. Well, with these gifts came a proposition saying that, you know, she's going to compete with my boyfriend, she's going to pay my rent, she loves me and all this other stuff, you know. So how can I tell her that, you know, I don't want her, but I do like these gifts, you know, that she's giving me? You know, you can't deny money and all that other stuff, but...
Well, of course, you should stop accepting the gifts first, but other than that,
So
Drew, what do you guys
she
think?
wants to be like your sugar mama, right?
Yeah, you know.
But you are clearly strictly
Completely.
I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with vagina so I can label myself, but nothing's coming at this
That's
point.
a hard word to rhyme, though. It's not your fault.
There's rhino.
Right?
No, okay. So, Drew, what do you think? You're sensible.
I think
You were sensible,
somehow
Shoes. Wait.
I feel overwhelmed by this thing. I mean, there's a lot of craziness involved in this. I mean, you let it go a long, long way.
Yeah, I did.
And you've got to draw a line in the sand. You got to put a limit down, and you've done it for very mercenary reasons because you like the gifts.
Exactly.
And it's I mean, who wouldn't? But you've got to think about that other person who really is involved with you. At least in her mind, she is.
Yeah, but she knows. I've tried to tell her.
All right, but
You
you
gotta be
really owe getting it on with her at least one time for all that booty she's
No,
giving
you
you.
got to stop accepting the gifts and be crystal clear with her. And if she can't be your friend and maintain just a friendship relationship, then you have to cut off all contact with her. That's all there is to it, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks for your question.
You hate to see that happen, though.
Being cut off?
No, but they're probably like two good-looking ladies, and you wouldn't you have loved to be like, well, I'm kind of interested in her. Yeah, go. But that would have been a nice ending to the story. Anywho, that's all right.
Christian.
Yeah, I've been with this girl for about 3 months, and she's beautiful, and she's a virgin. But when we fool around, we do just about everything except have sex. But she won't let me see her nude, and you know, when we fool around, she keeps her clothes on, and she says she won't get naked until she looks like a model for Victoria's Secret. And I tell her she's beautiful all the time, and she's got a great body. But you know, what can I do?
Nicole?
Get her an abdomizer and some diet pills. No,
But she doesn't need that, though.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
She has a distorted body image.
There's nothing you can do. You can't. The only thing you can do is keep doing what you're doing, which is support her and tell her how beautiful she is.
But I want to see her naked.
Yes.
Is she?
I would like to see her naked as well.
Does she? No doubt. Does she have any history of anorexia or bulimia?
Not that she told me she eats.
Why don't you talk to her about that? Because very often, or maybe she's getting into that kind of problem. People with eating disorders very often have terribly distorted body images. Not to say that it's so unusual for a 17, 18, 19-year-old to already have lots of problems perceiving themselves accurately. There's so much pressure in our culture being put on looking a certain way that particularly at age
And
groups
when
very
you've
prone
got
to that.
real breasts and you're comparing them to all the fake breasts you've got out there, you've got real thighs and you're comparing them to all the fake thighs, whatever, that are out there. I mean, it's going to be very damaging. And this is kind of, I don't know if this is like healthy, but one way to sort of make her feel better is to compare, like if you're walking down the street with her at a restaurant or something, like, oh, she's pretty, but not nearly as beautiful as you, sweetheart. Just compare her to other people who she might find attractive and tell her she looks better.
And keep supporting her.
Keep telling her that. And
this is horrible.
You shut up. You shut up. Thank you, Christian. I didn't want to know what you're going to say.
I just, you know, this is her. Well, first off, women are two categories, and neither one of them are quite right, although I like one category a little more. They're the ones who during sex are wearing, you know, coveralls and a parka, like this one, and then there are the ones who are wearing like a thong-back bathing suit bottom to a funeral. But there's rarely just the sort of in-between who are just sort of, well, yeah, I'll get nude when I should and keep my pants on when I should keep them up. There's a lot of extremes.
At least that's been your field work.
I seem to get the parka ones,
I
yes.
get nude when I should and keep my pants on when I should. I am. I represent that middle category.
Oh, baby, you're the only sane one in the back. Chris is at the LoveLine bar. Who do you have for us, Chris?
I have Cashmere, and she's got a question for you guys.
I'm a virgin, and I was dating this guy, and we would hold each other without touching or kissing, and he would ejaculate. And my question is, I was wondering if this is normal, or is he inexperienced?
Adam?
Adam?
It's been Adam's dream to be able to do this, by the way. But listen, we're going to talk more about it after we go for a break. Go for a break.
We were speaking to Cashmere, who is at the LoveLine bar. Cashmere is a virgin. Her boyfriend and her have this sort of sex with their clothes on. There's no, is there any kissing?
No, sometimes.
No, sometimes.
Well, sometimes, but...
Yes, never.
Yes.
So there's kissing.
Yes.
What else is there?
Just kissing, and sometimes he'd rub my skin.
Uh-huh.
But not my private parts.
No.
No, but by the way, Cashmere's like a real fox, too, by the way. So maybe she should take it as a, you know, flattery that he's getting so excited because of this.
How old is he?
He orgasms in his underoos while just kissing and caressing her. This man has a hair trigger.
Yeah.
He's dangerous. This man could go off at any time.
Well, it's nothing that you have to worry about. It doesn't mean there's a medical problem. I mean, it's not, normal in the sense that it's not outside of the realm of normal functioning.
How long do you think this guy's going to last when he actually has sex? I'm guessing, like, can we have sex tonight? Yeah. Oh! Well, what's on TV? You like it when I do the, oh!
Not that much. No. Since he's a premature ejaculator, how?
Well, this is so far premature. I don't even know. There's no place to start on this one. They're not even engaging in anything.
But maybe he's lying. Maybe he is a virgin and he's just really excited. I mean, you know what I mean? Maybe he's just inexperienced and he's just. Maybe she's really cute. He's really inexperienced. And that equals.
That equals. Oh!
Yeah.
But I guess my question is what is your problem? You're not having sex with him. You don't plan on having sex with him?
No.
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 So this is a good thing.
I guess, yes.
Do you want to wait till you're married?
Yes, I am. I'm waiting till I'm married.
Okay, so all right, that's
Sweet.
that's very touching.
You see the guys in the audience like clap begrudgingly. They're like,
The girls next to like, honey, clap. Come on, clap, damn you. All right, so I don't think there's a problem here because they're not going to have sex until they get married anyway. Meanwhile, he's keeping, it's more of a problem with whoever's doing his laundry, quite frankly, than it is for Cashmere.
And it'll be an issue when they do start having sex in the future, but not now.
All right, so check with us after the marriage. Thank you, Cashmere.
Okay, now we've got somebody in the LoveLine phone booth. Chris, what do we got?
We have Cassoon over here in our hidden phone booth, and he's got a question for you.
All right, I've been going out with this girl, right, for like a month now, and we decided to have oral sex. And I heard that if you have like candy in your mouth, it'll make you like feel better or whatever. So I tried it, and I was wondering if that could give her an infection or something.
there's what in his mouth?
So if you're getting a Hummer and you're chewing on a roll of Lifesavers, it feels better for you?
No, it's like a Jolly Rancher.
He wants to know if he puts like Certs or a Jolly Rancher or some Mike and Ike or something in his mouth and goes downstairs.
Is that going to be a good thing?
For the woman.
I doubt it. Nicole, please.
No? Yeah, listen.
No, it works well enough on its own, really.
Yeah.
Just, stick to the standard sort of, yeah.
Cassoon, great question. Thank you. And good night. This now is Ian, 25. Ian, what can we do for you?
Yeah, my question is, about a year and a half ago, I did the really stupid mistake of mixing mushrooms with speed.
Right.
And,
wow.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty crazy at the time, but I was pretty troubled. But anyway, afterwards I got taken to the hospital. And in the hospital, the doctor diagnosed me with an amphetamine psychosis.
Right.
And basically, well, needless to say, I stopped, altogether with drugs after that. But it's been about a year and a half, and I've been extremely tired and just really depressed.
Right.
And my question is that could this have caused any permanent damage to me, or?
All right, let me try to answer, because it's actually pretty complicated. Were you depressed your whole life? Have you been depressed?
Actually, prior to that, I was depressed for about like 8 years.
Okay, so this may be an underlying depression that has been there all along.
Right.
This may be just an addict who, and I'm speaking abstractly about you, an addict who has not been treated. An addict who doesn't get treatment but stops using drugs will usually get depressed.
Okay.
This can also be certainly the biological effects of both the hallucinogen, the mushroom, and or the speed. They can create very commonly chronic depressions.
Okay.
And, there's multiple reasons that you would be depressed. You really got to get yourself some professional help. There's no doubt the fatigue is from the depression.
Okay.
And in all probability, a case like yours would need some medication. It would need some work in the recovering community.
Okay, I tried medication I was on Prozac for about 2 months.
Yeah.
And that didn't really do anything.
All right, but there are multiplicity of antidepressants out there now.
He was doing it with acid, Robitussin, and mushrooms.
Right, exactly. But there are many different antidepressants out there now that are quite good. Again, individual therapy and recovery, these things are important. It all has to be done together if you're really going to get better, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks. All right, Drew.
Yeah.
Is it worse? All right, so he did speed, he did mushrooms. He did it one time, or he had been doing it?
He probably did it multiple.
All right, but the one time really sent him over into the hospital, emergency room.
Psychiatric hospital, it sounds like.
Is it worse to do them both at the same time than it would be to do speed Monday and mushrooms Tuesday?
The amphetamines, a true amphetamine psychosis is caused just by the amphetamines, and it's a very pernicious kind of a psychosis. People get delusional. They believe their family is out to get them, and people kill other people in these amphetamine psychoses.
Only when they're on the drugs, or
and it will last for up to 6 months after they stop. It is a terrible form of psychosis. It is terribly disruptive to relationships because people on speed become preoccupied with their family and friends, and that's where these delusions are focused. And again, even when they stop the speed, it tends to persist for weeks or even sometimes months.
Wow.
If you add a hallucinogen on top of that, sometimes you'll precipitate sort of a very acute, intense
Where you start
reaction.
seeing them literally chasing you when they're
Yeah,
actually not.
yeah, it's very disruptive psychosis.
All right, I'm getting a weird flashback, so we got to move on. Chris?
I've got Amit, and he has a question for you.
Hi, I have a question. I have a friend of mine who I've known for around 3 months or so, and he has a girlfriend. Now, whenever we go out, his girlfriend flirts with me, and she hits on me, and sometimes in front of him, she would ask me if I want to do something on the weekend, just to, like, make him jealous. Now, lately, she's been calling me, and she tells me that she doesn't really like him, and she kind of flirts with me on the phone, too. So, and I do like her, so I don't know if I should go ahead and get with her and not tell him, or should I just tell him straight out and then get with her?
This is the day of unfaithful companions.
These two women should get together and...
Are you interested in her?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Excuse me.
But it sounds even crazier than usual, though, in that she propositions him in front of her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, this somebody's going to do that to you when you become the one, when you become the boyfriend. This is that situation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to know how, I have learned this the hard way. If you want to know how your relationship with someone is gonna end, just look back and see how their last few relationships have ended, and yours will end that same way.
That's really
as well. It really
wow,
is.
That is.
It's sad. I know, but it's true.
It is.
It's sad but true. And I mean, people do progress and they do grow and they do change and all that. But I mean, that takes a couple of years, and it's not from one guy, boom.
Right. It's not going to be somebody who's behaving like this is going to magically behave differently in the next relationship.
Right.
Especially when she goes right from one to somebody else.
But if she's
Maybe
done,
or maybe she just really likes him, and you know.
come on.
No.
Give it a shot. Sorry.
No, but here's what I will say. If she's obviously done with this guy, if you're attracted to her and you approach this from a sort of cautious posture, meaning, please, Drew, nothing of meaningless sex. It's one of life's greatest gifts, and it's oftentimes free too. I've found out.
Even for you?
Well, there's the whole tipping process, but yes. It's a little cheaper than taking myself.
Billed monthly, so it seems like it's free. That's
right. All right. I would say, and then you're gonna ruin your relationship with the guy. So that's the big problem. Okay, steer clear of it because the guy is going to try to kill you.
Look at him, though. He said he didn't care. He didn't care. You don't care if you were in a
No, I
relationship.
care, but
Oh, okay.
I've been friends with him for like 2 or 3 months, so.
It's not that big a deal.
No, it's...
Forget him, man.
Still,
Go for the girl.
It's a crazy situation. Still steer clear. I think you'll be happier, okay?
All right.
Thanks. Come on.
Well, Nicole Sullivan, Mad TV, Fox on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock. Also, Chris Magaha, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
You guys snuggle up. I'll get the camera. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
LoveLine.